welcome to 10:02, the only after show that is completely unscripted, as you can probably tell. You caught me humming my favorite song. I like to sing during the breaks of the show.
That was a song?
Or dance.
It was a song.
Or rap.
Mark Tang is here co-hosting in Mackay's stead.
I don't look like Michael Phelps, though.
You don't. You want to take your shirt off? Because that would get us a huge boost.
No, it would probably be the lowest viewed show ever, I would say.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I'd watch it a couple times.
You wouldn't want to... Oh.
Fun and games. Mackay is actually away on business, meaning he produced another show far more important and one that he takes far more seriously than ours.
Which
That's
show
where he
was that?
tonight. I don't know, one of the many probably. He probably thinks all of them are more important than us, you know.
That's not right.
But despite him not being around, we had a great show tonight.
Yeah.
You know,
did.
we had a lot of calls, a lot of reaction. Some people a little upset at the fact I suggested that a father on a hunger strike should rethink his tactics. I don't really understand how people didn't get what I was saying.
I don't get that either. They were all like saying that so many more children were dying in Sri Lanka, so his 2 kids didn't matter anymore. That's really
You got that
awkward.
impression too?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I didn't understand that at all.
Because sometimes when you do live radio and people are talking to you and everybody's sort of saying the same thing, but I mean expressing their opinion in different ways, but saying the same thing and the same underlying message, you start to think, am I the one that's losing it here? Am I wrong completely? And I do go back and I read it and then read it again, and then I listen to some of the show and think, no, it's not me. It's not me at all. No. And then the Afghan thing, that was something in itself. When was the first time your parents talked to you about sex?
I don't think they ever did. Now that I
See?
think about it.
And
ever.
you're younger than me and you're part of that generation.
Yeah, they never, what's sex?
Nice. Well,
Doesn't the stork come down and bring the baby?
maybe we'll
That's what I
have
thought.
Mackay explain that to you when he gets back.
But didn't you win the condom moose bottle challenge?
Yeah.
He did, but by default.
Yeah, that was by accident, I would say.
Tomorrow night on the show, we're going to talk a little bit. This is where you tell me what I'm talking about on the show tomorrow night. I'm guessing you don't have much.
The pressure.
I'm going to press sound effect buttons, and then you're going to create a show of
Yeah.
whatever.
Out of those
you know.
effects.
Nice. And then- I will say, let me give a quick plug though. Montreal show's coming up Friday evening. If you're a fan of the UFC, check us out. 8:30 to 10. We'll have a full show. Chuck Liddell, Dana White, Jason the Athlete McDonald, Nate Quarry, Mike Goldberg, the voice of the UFC. Tons of people are going to be on the show. We're going to be live in Montreal for UFC 97. But tomorrow night, that's Friday night, but tomorrow night we're going to talk about a mom who ratted out her... What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you smelling your fingers? You just were smelling
I think my
your
nose
fingers.
is running.
You were smelling your fingers.
I was not.
What do your fingers smell like?
You don't ask those questions, okay? Moving on.
A mom ratted out her kid who was selling drugs, and now people are saying, well, she shouldn't have used such tough love, which
that's
I
awkward.
agree with. She's a modern-day Donnie Brasco, and she deserves to never have her kid talk to her ever again.
I agree with the mom.
Yeah, well, I figured you would. Anyway, that's 10:02 for tonight. I promise Mackay will be back tomorrow to explain his whereabouts and his absence. That'll be on tomorrow night's show. But thanks so much for joining us tonight here on 10:02.